Oh snap is an expression used to indicate a moment of misfortune or mistake in human nature. It's also a more polite way of saying, oh shit. But why exactly am I bringing up this specific expression? Well, because sometimes it's used to downplay a mistake someone made, even if that mistake is completely immoral and a despicable one. There's a very famous incident of this expression being used to downplay something really disgusting. It comes from a website known as Encyclopedia Dramatica, a website that dedicated itself to some of the most hilarious misfortune stories. One in particular was of interest, the aforementioned Oh Snap story. It's about this college freshman and this email that he wrote to a professor of his, which reads, "Oh snap, I am sorry. I accidentally gave you my friend's mixed music CD that I meant to keep here and install the music on my computer." This is what the college freshman Eric Erickson, that's double entendre there, to his email to his professor, a CD that pretty much had his final exam on it, or midterm. "I found a CD with the final exam on it. If there's some way I could send it to you, that would be great. I am sorry about that. I hope this didn't affect the grade at all. Again, I could get that CD, if I could get that CD back so that I can install the music. Sorry for the mix-up," which sounds pretty professional and all that, you know. Honest mistakes happen this way, except that this CD did not have any music on it. Of course, I could imagine the look of shock, disgust, and anger of the professor when he viewed what was on that CD, and it was about 1,000 plus images of CP, which was on that CD. And then the student sent that email, "Oh snap, I forgot, I accidentally sent you my inappropriate 1,000 plus pictures of CP collection on a computer disk. Could I get that back? It's my friend's mixtape." It is just so, like, unbelievably softening the malicious intent of that CD. Of course, this guy was caught and eventually arrested for possession of CP, but it's just the fact that he used the term, "oh snap." This is definitely one of those moments where he was probably panicking when he found the CD with his midterm on it still in his fucking room. And it was just, "Oh snap, I accidentally sent you my enormous CP collection. Could I get that back?" Now, this is an example of a perpetrator downplaying a serious crime. But sometimes it's not only the perpetrators who downplay serious crimes when they get caught or have themselves get caught in a stupid way. Some major mainstream news outlets like to do this as well. Take this one from the New York Post, for example. "Wisconsin elementary school teacher, 24 years of age, busted for making out with 5th grader, 3 months before wedding." First things first, upon first glance at this, that is a long as fuck title. Secondly, you label it as making out. That softens the maliciousness and absolute disgust of this crime. And if you read the article itself, it goes on well into detail that this was more than a student getting kissed by a teacher, as this teacher was constantly texting in disgusting detail about how much she loved the way he touched her. Yes, a 10-year-old. She assaulted a 10-year-old. In America, we call that sexual assault. We don't call it making out. This is a serious and disgusting crime. Why the fuck would you soften it to making out? If that title wasn't more distracting to the serious and heinous crime that was committed against this poor kid, here's number 3. What significance does the extra tagline of being engaged have to do with anything? They really think this is someone who comes across this article like I did is going to read the first line that says teacher busted for making out with a 5th grader and then probably go, meh. But that extra tagline of her being engaged is like to get the general public to say, "Ooh, scandalous!" The New York Post is just one of many other news media outlets that like to soften the heinous acts of a crime. So like it's really going to offend anybody. Like, what's the point of softening the fucking language? Who do you think you're going to offend? I think the general population is not going to be mad if you put sexual assault for this, because that's what it is. Stop softening it. What are you, softening it because the teacher's a woman? Nah, sexual assault is sexual assault. Doesn't matter who the fuck commits it. It's still an assault. And on a child. Why are you softening this? You might as well print this fucking title out in crayon. Because everybody's got to be treated with baby steps now. I'm getting off topic, but anyway, you get the point. One person in the beginning of this video used the term "oh snap" for a diabolical mistake that he made, sending his entire collection of CP on a CD to his teacher, thinking that it was his midterm exam. That's like context that is kind of funny, but at the same time sickening that this is a guy who's a college freshman, like, collecting this bullshit and putting it on a computer just to install somewhere. Probably sell it too, had he not been caught. But the New York Post, a professional news media outlet, softening the fact that an elementary school teacher assaulted a 10-year-old in a grotesque manner, and you soften it to making out. But that's all for this video. The New York Post itself has a bunch of fucking articles that I can pick apart, and could be for a whole separate video. But other than that, that's the end of this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.